Jeromy Lucas, welcome back to the Farrell League, mate. First grade, how'd you find that first seniors game for the Jets today?
Yeah, it was really good. It's good to get back with all mates from the Jets, and at the start I was a little bit nervous running out. As soon as I got a feel for the game, I was just really enjoying it and playing with my friends since I've known since a junior, so it was really good.
You had a big year last year in the 17s. Have you had much senior footy experience though?
Sort of. I've been playing 18s for school footy, so I'm sort of used to some of the bigger bodies, but today, obviously, playing against men, it's a bit different, but yeah, a bit of experience. Yeah.
That's your first senior game for the Jets?
Yeah, first senior game, so I really enjoyed it.
You made a big impression on that forward line with marks and a couple of goals. What did you think of the standard of the Rock though?
Yeah, I thought they were really good. They started off really strong. They were, used the ball well, hit their targets, and spread really well, and I thought they were good opposition.
You're at school at Xavier in Melbourne, mate. How's the footy been at that level, and how are you enjoying the Melbourne life?
Yeah, it's great. Met lots of new mates through the footy, and yeah, just really enjoying it, playing in the under 18. So you're coming up against some, good opposition, and it's good to improve your skills playing at a higher level.
And what about your rep footy? What you got a bit on in the next month? Tell us about that.
So I have another week of holidays, and then my last week of holidays I'll go to Gold Coast and play a week up there, 2 games against Tasmania and Queensland. So yeah, really looking forward to that. And we've played Northern Territory in Darwin, and we had a good win by about 40 points. So yeah, it's going well.
Should be a big game next week against Temora. That's always a bit of a rivalry.
Yeah, it is. Always Area Park, Ardlethan versus Temora. It's always a big rivalry, and hopefully we can get up, and yeah, should be looking forward to it. Yep.
Good luck in that game, mate, and for the rep footy, the school footy, and hopefully for some finals games with the Jets later in the year.
Thanks very much. Thank you.
Welcome to AFL Riverina TV. I'm Lauren Markham, and that was Jeromy Lucas, a budding star from the Northern Jets who made a big impression last Saturday and was one of the real positives from their loss to the Rock. Only just 16, he's home from Melbourne for school holidays and kicked 3 goals on debut. He's also representing New South Wales ACT in the National Under-16 Championships. We'll have more from the Jets a little later when we hear from midfielder Mitch Haddrill, but joining me now in the studio to take a wider look at this week's Farrell League is Paul Harble from AFL New South Wales ACT. Harbs, thanks for coming in.
Thank you very much.
Now, the Rock must have been stung by that loss to East Wagga because they came out flying against the Jets. Do you think the 56-point loss to the Hawks was a reflection of where those two are at, or was it just one of those days for the Rock and they will be back?
The East Wagga were just too good on the day. No matter what the free kick count was or what anybody says, that's where the game was at. And East Wagga too good on the day. The Rock didn't play to their potential. Obviously, they've got some very good players, but no, I just think East Wagga too good on the day, and obviously the Rock have got some improving to do, and obviously did that on the weekend.
And now this week there's a few old rivalries on offer. The Jets host the derby against Temora, Barellan welcome the high-flying Colliamberley, the Hawks are at home to North Wagga, and the Pies are at Victoria Park again, this time against Mara.
Yep. Look, I think it's going to be interesting. The game out at the Rock, Mara need to be able to beat some top sides, there's no doubt about that. And but the Rock, look, they're up and about again. They're a very good football side. Let's not worry about that. So, but I think it's a real challenge for Mara, and I just think the Rock will be too good. But if Mara are good enough, they'll take it right up to the Rock. They play pretty well out there, and I think it'll be a very good game. But the Rock will be too good.
Well, look, you've said that the Rock will definitely get one over them. They also face East Wagga in that time, and North Wagga have those 2 danger fixtures as well. Can you see, either the Saints or Mara springing an upset in any of those 2 fixtures?
I don't think so. Look, I've seen the Saints play as well, North Wagga, and they just don't have that personnel at the moment to beat the top sides. I know they've had injury concerns, there's no doubt about that, but I just think they're struggling at the moment. If they get a few back, they might be okay, but I can't see them beating the top sides.
Now, Collie have now beaten everybody in the league, and they'll almost certainly make it 9 straight against Barellan. Do you think they have the players and game plan to give the finals a real shake-up this year?
If it keeps raining, yes. They've got some good in and under players. They work really hard. Mitchy Carroll comes to mind. But no, I think they've proved that they're a good side. They've got some good height. They've got some good runners. They've got some good experience there. They're going to be there and about in the finals. And I think you know, they'll certainly beat Barellan this weekend, and they're going into games very confident. I think they're doing really well.
And now, what about the Jets? They're 5th on the ladder, home to Temora. They wouldn't want to take this one for granted.
I wouldn't think so. The Jets too have got some really good players. Temora have been coming off some pretty heavy losses, I suppose. They've lost a lot of personnel, but I'd suggest that the Jets are going to be too good for Temora this week.
Harbs, thanks for coming in. We'll see you next time. And we'll leave you with our chat with Mitch Haddrill, who has set the competition alight in the first half of the season. At the halfway mark of the season, the Jets midfielder was a clear leader in the JRC Electrical Services Player of the Year award. He was a little despondent after their loss to the Pies, though, and said the challenge for him and the Jets is to put together some consistent performances in the back half of the season. Here he is, Mitch Haddrill.
Mitch, pretty tough day out there, mate. That game sort of got away from you in the first quarter, did it?
Yeah, it was. It was the only quarter we sort of lost to them. But anyway, they were better on the day and came out with a win.
Is that the difference, you reckon, this season so far, East Wagga and the Rock, in the way they can sort of dominate out of the middle if they get on top?
Yeah, probably. They killed us out of there today, and that was the winning point for them, I think. So we'll have to work on that for next week.
At the halfway mark of the season, you were in front on the JRC Electrical Player of the Year awards. I know you're not looking for accolades, but you look like you're enjoying your footy this season. Has it been good?
Yeah, it hasn't been too bad, but only half a season, as you said, so hopefully can string a few more games together.
How do you think the Rock stacked up against East Wagga when you've played them, and Colliambly?
Yeah, a bit surprised Colliambly were up there actually, but they're playing well, so credit to them. But yeah, I think East Wagga are the team to beat. But the Rock today, out of the middle, they killed us, so they'll match it with them again, I think.
Big game against Temora this week, mate. That's always a big game, but you'll look to try and get back on top.
Yeah, definitely. They rolled us last time, so we've got a point to prove against them, and it's always a big game against Temora, the rivals. So,
apart from that first quarter where the Rock got on top today, what else do you sort of think you guys need to get right in this back half of the year?
Fitness, I think, is a big thing. We sort of have 5-10 minute lapses in quarters, and yeah, teams seem to capitalise on that. So hopefully we can work on that and yeah, make a bit of a change.
Good luck, mate. Hope the rest of the season goes well.
Thanks.
Thank you.